Yo there guys, this is Cob, and this video is going to be on something coming up in the next patch, which is 5.2, and it is of course the Warlock Green Fire quest. This video is going to be quite a speedy walkthrough, showing you where to go and what to do as fast as possible, so it's going to spoil it for you if you want to figure things out for yourself, but I'm cutting out all of the mini cutscenes that take place throughout this quest, so I don't spoil too much. Alright, so on the PTR, you need to kill an infernal mob in Towlong Steppes, but this will very likely change once the quest goes live. But for the sake of this video, this is how you get the item, the Sealed Tome of the Lost Legion. Just click it in your bag to use it and it will explode and turn into the Codex of Xerath. You then right click this and get attacked by a long shadow bull. No, but it starts the quest line an unusual tome. Accept the quest, and then what you have to do is talk to your demons. So I whip out the succubus and we have a lovely conversation about the tome. Then I do the same with my voidie and they give you the info that you need to progress with the questline. Now you get told to go to your capital city and talk with a pro warlock, so I skip off to the undercity and turn in the quest right here at the trainers. Right after doing that, the guy asks you to read through the beautifully written Legacy of the Masters, which has just been chucked on the floor behind him. I did read the thing, but you don't have to. As you can see, the quest is complete after just clicking on the book once, so you can turn the quest right in. The next quest sends you to Outland, where you got to find 4 parts of a soul shard scattered across 4 continents. However, fear not, for I shall divulge their locations to you in this here video. I'll point out though that you're given a journal at this point, and the locations are mentioned in it, so you can do it that way if you want to be a pro roleplayer. So as you can see, as you approach the soul shards, you get a buff that reads cold at first, and as you get closer to the soul shards, this will turn into warm, and then eventually turn into hot. So here is the first soul shard in the Felspike Ravine in Hellfire Peninsula. Moving on to the ruins of Farallon in Netherstorm, we find the second shard, and a cutscene comes right after, but as I mentioned, I'm going to be cutting these out of the video, so if you want to see those, I'm pretty positive that there's going to be other videos that do this on YouTube right now. I just want to keep this video moving as quickly as possible. The third shard is in Blade's Edge Mountains at Vimgol's Circle. You can rewind back there to check that on the map if you didn't quite see it. And there's another cutscene right here. And the final shard takes you down to Shadowmoon Valley at the Altar of Damnation, and the last cutscene happens here. Now that you've assembled all of the soulstones, you can turn in the here quest, and this will give you a follow-up quest that is going to direct you straight to the Black Temple. So go right there and turn in that quest. And now you go right up to the front door, click on the rune here, and that will queue you for a solo scenario inside of the Black Temple. So once you're in, you've got to get inside the temple and not be spotted by the guards. I'm not sure how easy it is to see, but they have red rings around them showing their line of sight, so you just stay out of those. It's fairly simple. I kind of get stuck at this point here where the mobs just aren't patrolling properly or something, so I just go turtle mode and charge right through them. So the door opens and I scuttle in here. I avoid some more guards to keep moving forward until I reach a funky little scroll on the floor. You click that and a Karma is going to come and rage at you a bit. But he quickly chills out and he's going to help you in your mission in the temple, so you just follow him. Now you get to this bit where you've got to investigate the Reliquary of Souls. Now there are traps all over the place in here, as you can see. So you summon your Eye of Kilrog and you can see where all the traps are set. Do this to guide you on a safe passage through all of the traps at this point. So we get through this part, little ninja hand glider maneuver, and once we get into the middle, a cutscene is going to play. After the cutscene, you take on this large-headed mob here, and it's an okay fight. You can spell lock his casts and stun him and his little buddies that he summons. It's fairly simple stuff. So anyway, once he's dead, he drops the Empowered Soul Core, and this is what you've got to take to the top of the temple. So you make your way out of here, past these demons that have spawned, and you go find a Karma down the hall. He wants you to help him fight all of the demons that are tearing up his basement, so he runs off, but you here lose control of your character and start summoning an imp. Your imp changes your course a little bit and says screw a Karma. He tells you to go and loot the place instead, so you go right ahead to the Den of Mortal Delights and do just that. The stuff's scattered everywhere, you can just steal it all on your way up. You just keep moving up from there until you reach the top, stealing everything on your way. Now, here I found it very, very useful to cast Enslave Demon on one of these big crazy blue fell guards here, because they do a ton of damage and they're going to help you a lot getting past the demons here on this terrace. Once you reach the end of this place, there's a chest where you can turn it in for the next part of the quest. All of the items that you stole are made into sellable grey items that you can sell for gold at this point. And you go from here to a door nearby you, which is going to teleport you to the very top of the temple. So we go up here, and this is the last part of the quest chain. We click on the soul well, and this spawns a gigantic gateway which some crazy radioactive looking guy comes out of. And this is the last encounter, which is a long one, so I'm not going to spend too long on it. But one nice tip is that you can enslave the pit lord that this boss summons and use it against him for a ton of damage. Once you get him really low, he becomes rather dishevelled. Naturally, as a PvPer, I tried to trinket out of this grip spell on me, but it doesn't work. Then Cobrak, whose journal you should have been following, I guess, for the expanse of this quest to find the soul shards. She comes out, saves your ass, and we move on to the final cutscene. Now, after she subdues this radioactive guy, she tells you to go ahead and rob some of his power, so you do that. And there you go, you perform an insane amount of backflips, which turns out to be the trick behind turning your fire green. And that's it basically, you've got green fire now. Anyways, it was a pretty cool quest. I wouldn't advise rushing through it all too fast. It's not often that Blizzard decide to make class specific quest lines, so I would take your time with it. But yeah, if you change your mind about the green fire, you can have the change reverted by talking to Cobrak again at the Altar of Damnation in Shadowmoon Valley. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, 5.2 is looking awesome, stay destro, and I'll see you all next time.